With the Encore and Enclave already in Buick's crossover lineup, they certainly have a gap to fill with a new midsize crossover called the Envision. Now, the Envision isn't a vehicle built specifically for the States. Instead, it's imported overseas from China, in which it sees very strong sales. But with this new crossover in Buick's portfolio, does it look to be a strong contender? Well, let's go ahead and find out and take a closer look at this 2016 Buick Envision Premium. Now, with crossovers booming in the automotive industry nowadays, it makes sense for Buick to have a midsize crossover, as many other automakers do. Now, on the Envision, you have traditional Buick styling cues, such as the Buick waterfall grille, and I'm a huge fan of it. I think it looks classy and elegant. Overall, it's certainly not a bad looking vehicle, but you won't mistake this for a rugged SUV, as this certainly does look like a crossover. Now, here goes the key fob design for the Envision. Decent looking key fob design from Buick. You have your unlock, your lock, your remote engine start, and then your power tailgate and your remote start and your panic button. Now, this color is known as the bronze alloy metallic, and it has smart key access on all four doors of the vehicle. And you do have a full-on leather interior. Power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Now, stepping on inside of the Envision here, I'm very impressed with the interior design for the vehicle. It's very stylish, very modern looking, and pretty high quality too. It's certainly a step up above the Encore and the Enclave in terms of interior design. It's much better than those crossovers in Buick's lineup. Now, you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And you have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, we have a 6-speed automatic. You also do have lower gear selection and manual shiftability. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera, and you also do have guidance lines and trajectory. And then you'll also find an electronic parking brake right here. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards and check out the exterior of the vehicle. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot monitoring. Now, the Buick Envision comes with many standard features, the most notable ones being a heated steering wheel, heated front seats, a Bose premium audio sound system, and 19-inch alloy wheels. Now, the Envision will also ride on the next generation platform for the Chevrolet Equinox and the GMC Terrain. One styling cue I'm not a huge fan of on the Envision, as well as with many other Buicks, are these fake air vents. To me, it just looks a little tacky nowadays. Coming up front, we have high intensity discharge headlights with auto high beams, and you also do have LED daytime running lights, projector beam fogs, front parking sensors. Now, the Envision comes with a pretty fuel-efficient 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces 252 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 260 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM, so it's no slouch here. And it produces EPA estimates of 20 in the city and 26 on the highway, running on premium unleaded fuel. And it is all-wheel drive too, which is pretty good. Now, one key main direct competitor for the Buick Envision is the Acura RDX. They certainly go head to head with each other. Other vehicles you may want to consider include the Audi Q5, BMW X3, as well as the Lincoln MKC. Now, the Envision is also much lighter and smaller than GM's current midsize crossovers. Coming in the back, we have LED taillights and a rear window wiper with a rear window defroster, an LED third brake light. You also do have roof rails on the top and a shark fin antenna, as well as dual exhaust tips for a much sportier look. EPA estimates are 20 in the city and 26 on the highway, like I said. Total vehicle price for this particular Envision is $46,030. So these vehicles really don't come that cheap. However, it is a pretty good value when you compare it to some of its German competition. Now, of course, you have all of your basic power necessities: power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, memory seat settings for 2 people as well. Now, like I said earlier in the video, the interior is really nice in the Envision, and this is actually one of the nicest interiors I've ever sat in with a Buick. And interior quality is pretty good, the materials are nice, and you have soft padding on the upper door panel, and on the dashboard you will find this nice premium stitching that runs throughout the whole entire cabin. The mid-door panel and the armrests are also soft touch as well, and I really love this dark trim that runs throughout the whole entire vehicle too on the inside. Really nicely done here. Overall, no complaints when it comes to the Envision's interior quality and its design of the interior. However, one way you could tell that this vehicle is designed overseas and it's meant for overseas is because of how small it kind of feels inside of here, and you could tell that this isn't a vehicle that's designed for the American market. However, it's still pretty spacious feeling inside of here, but when you compare it to some other mid-size crossovers like the Acura RDX, this vehicle just feels a little bit tighter. And when you compare it to GM's current mid-size crossovers, it feels a little bit tighter as well. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, the steering wheel is pretty nice in the Envision. Over here we have your cruise control. You also do have your heated steering wheel right here, voice recognition, Bluetooth phone controls, and your steering wheel mounted audio controls. And we also do have rain sensing intermittent windshield wipers too. Up here you'll find an auto dimming rear view mirror, OnStar, garage home link, and LED map lights that are touch sensitive. Sunglass container. Down here we also do have dual cup holders, maybe a little cell phone holder, a little storage compartment, and you have a 12-volt power outlet right there. Coming down here, there's a decent amount of center console storage space, and you have 2 USB ports, an auxiliary input, and an SD card slot. And we do have another 12-volt power outlet down there. There's an okay amount of storage space in the Envision. I really do like this little cubby we have right here, where you may be able to store a cell phone or anything like that. Coming down here, we also do have dual zone automatic climate control. The buttons are touch sensitive here, but they are calibrated pretty well. You also do have heated seats and ventilated front seats, and you have your different zones for your climate control, and then your fan speeds as well, front window defroster and your rear window defroster, and the buttons are pretty big in the Envision. Down here we also do have your traction control off button. Seating comfort in the Envision is pretty good, and the seats are nice and plush. I just wish there was a little bit more thigh support, but overall not too bad. Now, coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster, we have an 8-inch configurable display right in the center. The graphics and the rendering are also superb. On the left, we also do have your tachometer. And then on the right, you also do have your fuel gauge and your coolant temperature and your battery voltage. Now, coming to that 8-inch configurable display, you also do have your speedometer right here, an analog speedometer. And then right here, it shows you all of your driver information like the speed limit warning, tire pressure, remaining oil life percentage, fuel range, and your instant fuel economy. And then it shows you your trip information, shows you the average fuel economy and the average speed. And then you have a digital speedometer. And coming over here, you have your audio. Shows you all of your different audio sources, and then you can also change your audio source from here too. It shows you what radio station is playing, what song is playing. Pretty cool there. And then you have your phone. Shows you if a phone is connected, and then you can make telephone calls from here. Then you have your navigation, so it shows you your direction of travel. And then you have your settings right here. You can change different settings from the units to US or metric, software information. Then you have your speed warning. You can actually set a speed warning to whatever speed limit you would like. Then you have your info pages too. You can change the display theme if you would like to touring or sport. I personally like sport. But pretty cool though. Overall, love the gauges in the instrument cluster in the Envision. And then we also do have a heads-up display, which is pretty cool. It shows you information, a lot of the information that's shown on here, such as your radio station and your turn-by-turn direction. And it shows you all that good stuff. Alright, now let's get to the main head unit in the infotainment system. Now this is the Buick IntelliLink system, and the responsiveness is superb on this system, and it's very user-friendly. Coming to your different audio sources, we do have all of the norm here: AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth streaming audio, your auxiliary input, and your USB port with iPod integration, all that good stuff. You also do have your digital clock in the upper right-hand corner, and your exterior temperature readout in the upper left-hand corner. Coming to your phone, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts stored on here, have a integrated dial pad via your voicemail, and then via your recent calls. I love how they have a home screen button right here, and it's a physical button too. It's very convenient. And it shows you all your menus right here. You can also swipe like this, like a tablet. And then you have your navigation. Navigation system shows 3D rendering of buildings, live traffic, and your points of interest. You can also enter in your destination by voice or by manually putting in the destination on the screen. Then you have your settings. You could change many different settings on here, like the time and date, the language. You also have a valet mode, and you have your radio, vehicle settings, Bluetooth settings. Let's go ahead and test out the voice recognition on the Envision here.
Command, please.
Audio commands.
Say an audio command.
Tune to 95.3 FM.
95.3 FM.
Overall, the voice recognition works pretty well in the Envision here. You also do have Pandora as a different audio source. And then we have your weather. And it shows you a forecast, of course. And you can zoom in and out. You can do it hourly or 36-hour. Pretty cool there. And then you have your SMS text messaging function. Of course, you have to have a phone connected. And then right there you have your OnStar. And then it shows you your rear climate settings from right here too. Overall, really nicely done. We also do have a CD player as well. And then one feature I really do love is this analog clock. It certainly gives it a much classier and elegant type feel inside of the Envision here. You also do have your parking sensors button and your lane departure alert. Now the best part about driving the Envision is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It never feels anemic, and it certainly provides the power that's needed for this vehicle. The 6-speed automatic transmission also shifts very smoothly with this powertrain as well. And the ride quality is very smooth and it's very quiet in the Envision. Now, the steering and the handling certainly aren't sports car type nature, but it's very competitive for the class as it offers a decent amount of driver feedback. But this is certainly not the sports car of the midsize crossover class. but it's not too shabby. But if you are looking for a vehicle that's very fuel efficient and offers a decent amount of power, the Envision will certainly not disappoint. And it certainly leans to more of the comfort-oriented side, which is not a bad thing, as many other luxury mid-size crossovers are. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the Envision. Let's go ahead and check out the rear cargo space. Now, another way you can also tell that the Envision is designed more for overseas is that there's not a whole lot of cargo space here. It's actually pretty small, to be honest. But to fold down the rear seats, they do fold down 60-40 split, and they just do it by this lever right here, which is very convenient. But cargo space certainly is lacking to other mid-size luxury crossovers. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear of the Envision. You still have nice premium stitching, and it's still soft touch everywhere. Now, sitting back here, it's not too bad. I have a decent amount of legroom and plenty of headroom back here. We also do have dual map pockets, rear air vents, and rear climate controls. And then you have your heated seats back here too. We also will find 2 USB charging ports and a 12-volt power outlet. Great for the family here. And then you also do have a rear center armrest with cup holders. Overall, not too shabby. There's a decent amount of room back here in the Envision. And the second row seats also recline. Alright. Powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. You have your glove box compartment right here, and it's lined with felt. So with its fuel efficient and powerful 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, its luxurious interior with lots of technology and luxury features available, and its pretty refined driving dynamics, the 2016 Buick Envision is a pretty good choice for a mid-size luxury crossover. However, if you are looking for a little more versatility and utility, then you may want to check elsewhere. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.